Hello guys, today we're gonna parse live statistics for football. Then we will save it to Excel, and the method that I will show you today you can use for any sport that you like, because the structure of each page is similar. Okay, so we start from opening my notebook, and the first step is to import all required libraries. Our main library is Selenium. What Selenium does, it simulates the user action, like navigating the websites, clicking the buttons, downloading all necessary information. Here we run this cell. Next we install the last version of Chrome driver, and using this driver we get to the our website. In our case it's /score/football. Let's run this cell and pay attention what is happening. So our script has opened the browser, and we see this annoying button. We want to click it to skip this unnecessary information. To do this, we right click the mouse, use the last option, select the code, see the code, then developers window is opening, and we use the first item on the left on the control panel, which is called inspect. So we click it and we hover the mouse over the desired item. In our case it's this button, yeah. And the last thing we need to identify the type of element and its name. In our case the type of element is ID, and the name is OneTrust Accept Button Handler. Okay. So what we're gonna do next? We go back to our notebook, and we put this information into variable button by using method findElements, and inside the brackets we write the type of element and its name. So type is ID, the name we know. Let's run this cell and see what we have inside. Actually, inside we have a list. It's like a candy wrapper, and if we want to get the candy, we need to extract this element from the list, because we can click or take information only from element, not from the list. So we take the 0 element, and in Python it starts from 0, and click on it, and we will see. Let's take a look at what will happen if I take the 0 element. So we see that it's not the list, it's exactly the element, and now we can click on it. We run this cell and we see what will happen. The button has disappeared. Done. Okay, so now we have a list of all today games. Some of them have already finished, some of them have not started yet, but we need only live. To get the live games, we need to click this button, and to do this, as we have learned, we need to identify the type of this element and the name. As we did before, we use the inspect button, and we hover the mouse cursor over desired item, and we see that the type of element is class, and the name filters text short. And I want to point out that if we have a space inside the name, we replace it by the dot. So let's do this. We use the method findElements, but inside the brackets we write by class name, put the name with a dot, run this cell, and we will see the interesting thing that we have two elements inside the one. Why is that? Why it's that? Because another element has the same class and the same name, and we need to identify which one is for life. So to do this, we can use this method. We can take the 0 element and see what text we have inside. Aha! So the 0 element is for all games. So let's check that the first element for live games. Yeah, that's correct. Aha! So we know that it's live button, and as we did before, we click on this button. Let's see what will happen. So now we have the page with only live games, and we need to collect a list of these games so that we can refer to each of them and take the needful statistics. We have already learned how to do this. We use the inspect button, hover the mouse cursor over desired item, and identify the type of element and its name. So the type element, we have a class and we have a name, and I remind you that if we have the space in the name, we should replace it by the dot. So we can copy this, put inside the brackets, and run this cell. Okay, so let's take a look what we have. As expected, we have a very long list. We can even see how many games we have by using the len method. Oops. 58. Okay, and here we need to get one important thing. So if you, let's take one game, for example this one. If we want to get the statistics from this game, we should select the tab stats and pay attention at URL. So we have actually all stats pages have the same structure, but the difference in these strange symbols, strange letters. So it's unique code of the game. I will show you 1 second. So let's find this game. So S and H and something else. Let's check. Yep. So this unique code is the code of the game, and if we want to get the statistics from this game, we need to know this unique ID. So how to get it? So as you see, the type of this element is ID. We need to get each game, to take each game, to take each element from our list, as at list, and we take the game that I have showed you right now from Belarus Football League, and we use method which is called getAttribute, and the attribute that we need is ID. Yep, that's what we want. So now we have a unique ID of the game, and using this ID, not full, we should cut this name, and by using this ID we can get the statistics of each game. So to get the needful unique ID, we use the method split, and we split by the underline symbol. So we have a list of 3 elements and we need only the last one. The last one in Python is -1. So that's it. Let's summarize all this information. So after we switch to the live table, we need to collect the list of live games. In order to do this, we use the method find elements by the class name, and finally we get the list with web elements containing the games. But we need the unique ID of the game so that we can put it into URL and get the needful statistics for each game. To do this, actually we need to transform our initial list to the new one. So how we will do this? We will take each game from our live list, get attribute ID. So since the attribute has a long name, we need the only last part. We cut it by the underline and append this unique ID to the new list. And after the cycle is finished, we will have, let's take a look what we will have. We will have the new list which contains only the unique IDs of the game. So we can take it, put it into the URL and get the statistic that we want, because the structure of the page with the statistics is the same. The only thing that changes is ID of the game. Okay, so we have a list with all live games and their unique IDs, and to collect the needful information from these games, we should create the URL template. We will put inside this template the unique IDs, go to the page with statistics of this game and collect everything that we want. So to do this, to create this template, we should take a look how the page is structured. So we will take any live game, Ajax Feyenoord for example, and we see that it starts from flashscore.com/match, then unique ID goes, grid, match summary /match summary. Okay, we start trying from the 0 element of our list. Run this cell and we will get the page of the 0 game. It's Ajax Feyenoord, okay. So, and we start from parsing the date of the game. We know how to do this. We should right click the mouse, select the option to see the code. Then we select the inspect button, hover the mouse cursor over the desired item, it's here, and we see that we know that each elements has a class, and the name of the class 12 participant start time. So we can copy it and see and use the method find element by class. So I have already written it. Let's see what we have inside. Of course we have a list. We should take the 0 element from this list and see the text inside. Okay, great. We have the start time of this game. The next step is to get the current minute, and here we have the important nuance. So the problem is that if it's half time, we have one name of element, and when it's second half or first half, so we have a numbers, it's another name of the web element. And let me illustrate it. So as we did before, we use inspect button to see the element that contains half-time information. So it's a class, and the name of the class, we will just copy it. Okay, so let's put it into the code. We use the method find elements by class name, put name and sub, sorry. Oh, I didn't copy it. Okay. So put the name inside the brackets, and let's see what we have. As always, we have list, and interesting point that we have two elements, so we need to find which one is for the current time. The easiest way to do this is just to extract the text. So inside the first element we have nothing, so our element is inside the zero element, so our element is first. Yeah, that's correct. So we have a text inside that tell us that it's halftime. So right now the second half starts, and we will see how the element that shows the current time, how this element looks like, what is the name of this element, and you will see that it's different. So I pause the video. Okay, so second half has started. Let's try again. Get this element, and we will see what inside. So we run this cell again, and we see that the information changes. So we see that it's second half, but we don't need this information because we need, in this case, we need the current minutes. So we need to find the element that shows the exact numbers, as we did before. Inspect button, hover the mouse over the item. We see that we have a class and the name of it, and the name of this class, event time. Let's copy it. Copy. And let's try to find current minute. We will put this information into variable current minute. So driver find element by class name again. Event time, name of the class, and take a look what we have inside. As always, we have a list, two elements. We don't need, we don't know which one is for minute. Again, extract the text. So the zero element contains nothing. So our first element contains minute and seconds. If we want to set the seconds aside, we can divide this string using the method split by the colon, and when we split, method split returns the list, so we need the first zero element. Yes, and another important thing, that we have still text, but we need the numbers, so we should put this expression into brackets and transform it into integer type, and don't forget to add the 1 minute, because as I said, the countdown starts from 0. Perfect. We have the current minute. Let's check it if it's correct. So yeah, 49 and 40 seconds. That's the 50 minutes. Done. Okay, so what else do we need? The name of the teams. We know how to do this. Again, inspect button, mouse over the desired item, and we know that it is a class and its name. Copy this, put this name into brackets and into quotes, and don't forget to replace space by the dot. Again, we use method find elements by class name. And we put this element with elements into variable teams. And take a look what we have inside. As expected, we have the list. Surprising that we have 4 elements instead of 2. And the easiest way to check what inside, just take each element and see what the text inside, what text it contains. Okay, 0 element, home team name. The first one also, I don't know why it's duplicated, but no matter in our case. The second one is Finord, and I suppose the third one also. Okay, so we can assign to the home team variable this expression, so the 0 element from the teams, and the second element, the value of the second element I will assign to away team variable. Great. And we can print and check that it's correct. Home team, away team, away team. Ajax Finord. Perfect. Also, we need the current score. Okay, so I can use inspect button and hover the mouse over the entire element. Oops, sorry, one more time. Okay. So I suppose this one. Or maybe, this one. So we have a class and we have a name. Detail, score wrapper, detail, score live. Let's copy this. Again, let's take a look what we have inside. Into quotes, replace space by dot, find elements by class name. Yep, and we put this element into current score variable. No, underline. Again, we will have a list with only one element. Let's take a look what text it contains. So don't be frightened with this strange symbol. It's a space character. To set it aside, we again use the method split reverse slash n 2 and 2. Okay, so we can put the 0 element as home goals and the last element as away goals. Home goals will be the first element of this, or 0 element of this list, and the away goals will be the last element. So we can call the last element using the -1 notation. So let's summarize it. team. We should run this cell to put the numbers into variables. Home goals, away goals, away goals. And actually we can add the current minute. Yeah, we can. To make it more beautiful. But don't forget to get the update. 72. So we run again all these cells, and we have minute 72, Ajax Feyenoord to Ajax to Feyenoord. Perfect. Now we have collected team names, current score, current time, and let's move on to the stats. To do this, we should click on this page, on this tab, and we see that the URL is changed. So now in the tail we have instead match summary, as it was before. We have match summary / match statistics and the number which refers to the half of the game. So 0. So if we put 0 here, it will be for the whole game. One is for the first half, yes, and 2 for the second half. So we need to create a new URL template for statistics. I have already done this. This kind of notation means that, so if we put F before the quotes, so that means that everything inside the brackets is not the text, is a variable. We put the unique ID of the game here after match / yeah, that's correct. And in the tail we put the number of a half. Let's suppose we need the starts only for second half. To get this page, we should write driver gets that URL. Sorry. Second half. Okay, let's continue our research about statistics. We will do this with another game, Arsenal Crystal Palace, because the Ajax Feyenoord during this record has already finished. Okay, so to get the statistics from this page, we need to understand how this stats is stored and how it's placed inside this page. As we did before, we use inspect button, hover the mouse over the desired element. Okay, what we've got element that belongs to the class stat category name, but it contains only the name of the statistics, but we need also the numbers. So where to get it? Well, to find this, we should go up the tree of elements and see what it contains, what each element contains. So let's go up. So this element belongs to the class stat home value and contains only the statistics of expected goal for home team. It's not what we need. We go up. So we see that stat category contains all this information. Value for home team and away team and the name of statistics. So let's check our assumption. Let's move to the next element, ball possession. Where is it? Okay, so we click on this element, we see that that's true. So this element also belongs to the class stat category and contains all needful information. Great. Okay, so let's put this information into code. Just copy the class. Again, use the method. Find elements by class name. Oops. Find elements by class name. It will be statistics. Let's check what we have inside, and inside we should have the long list. Yes. So I suppose each element refers to exact statistic. Okay, let's take a look what we have inside. We take the 0 element and extract the text from it, and we see the exact info that we have if we go to the website. So here the value of expected goal for home team, the name of statistics, and the value for away team. For example, if we take the first element, so we have the name of statistics, home value, and value for away team. We can compare that the result is the same. So now we understand the structure. So the first it goes the home value, then the space character, then the name of statistic, and then away value. So we can split it by the space character. And we've got a list with all needful information. So we can put it, for example, into dictionary. So let's denote the dictionary stat ticked. And we will use the cycle for element in statistics for stat in statistics. We take each stat, extract text from it, and we get the list, stat list, and we put this information into dictionary. So for a key, the key is the name of stats. Stat list. Stat list first element. And the value will be list with data for home team and away team. So it should be stat list 1 and stat list second. 0 stat list second. So let's run this cell. Okay, we have our dictionary, and we can compare that we get the correct information. For example, expected goals 068, 058. Yeah, that's true. Ball possession 56, 44. Goal attempts 6. So that's correct. We have looked at all the parts of our algorithm, so let's put them together. Let's take a look at this cell. I will explain each row one by one. So we start from getting our website. score of football. When we need to click on live table, so first of all we should find this element, then I put the pause because the data is not loaded immediately. So when we've got our live button, we click on it. Then we should collect all the games, all live games. Here I create the unique ID. It's empty list which will contain all the unique IDs of live games. And here I create the start second half. It's a list where we will put all statistics that we have collected, so that we can transform it into the table and then save it, for example, to Excel, as I promised. So then we take each live game from our list and get the unique ID. And finally, we get the list with all unique IDs. So then we take each game from this new list. So here I take only the first 6. And what we do, we take each game, put the ID of this game into our URL template. So here then we get to the page which contains summary information like date. So here we get the date, current time. So here I put the condition. So if it's not half time, we can take the numbers. So we can take the current minute. Otherwise we cannot. Okay, so then from the summary page we take name of teams, current score, and here I put the condition to collect information only from the second half, so that here I check if the current minute more than 55, because if it's not, so I don't think we get a lot of statistics. So if the current minute is more than 55, so it's definitely the second half. So we go to the stats page, just put the ID game here and half here, second half. Then we get to the stats page, and we create our dictionary, which contains as a key the name of statistics, and as a value the data of these statistics for a home team and for away team. So then all this data for each game we put into the stats second half list. And also to check what we have collected, we print this information with some marks. Okay, so let's take a look how it works. We run this cell and we can see what happens. So we see that we got our web page, /score/football. So we transfer to live table. So and now the script starts parsing each game and checking. So we see that it's 76 minutes, so we got the stats from the second half. So that's it. Let's take a look what we got. So we got the information for 2 games, all on 68 minutes. Osasuna Villarreal 0-1, and we have goal attempts, and Real Sociedad Elche 1-0, goal attempts 4-0. And we transform all collected data into data frame. So we see, as I said, table which we can save to Excel. So here we have all collected information: date of the game, current minute, home team, away team, goal home, goal away, attempt home, and goal attempts away. So let's save it to Excel. No, it's better to save this data frame to variable second half def, second half def. And now we can save it to Excel, second half, to Excel. Wait, not here. I should write this. So let's check if we have this file. Second half def. Let's download it and see what we have inside. Yeah, that's correct. So we have all collected information, as I promised. That's it. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video. Bye.